Power 100, your power breakfast with Archie and Brett's Friday night at the Dal. It's like an iconic saying here in Townsville when you say that. Now, you might know this guy from his books, his comedy, his videos. He's a man of many more talents than you and I, Brett's.
Yeah, if you're a fan of cooking and laughing, you've probably heard of Nat's What I Reckon. He's hitting the stage at the Dalrymple Hotel Friday night. And joining us right now is Nat's What I Reckon. Nat, welcome to the show, mate.
Well, hey, thanks for having me, legend.
Are you looking forward to coming up north to far North Queensland and seeing your Townsville locals?
Yeah, you betcha. That's one of my favourite parts of Australia. So, yes.
No, mate, we were kind of refreshing ourselves on some of your biggest videos before we were coming on the air here. I was just loving your bolognese recipe. I actually think I'm going to try it tonight. But, man, you've sort of blown up, I suppose, as this hybrid of cooking and comedy. And I find myself laughing so much and then actually saying, oh, shit, the cooking here is actually good. Has cooking always been a love for you, mate? What came first, the comedy or the cooking?
Oh, I've been taking the piss for a very long time. I think it's much longer than I've been trying to cook. I've had this channel going for probably close to 10 years, and most of the videos I made until I started making cooking videos had nothing to do with cooking. Cooking was just something that I loved doing and did with lots of people, and
So what?
At a wedding once even, but yeah.
So now, what inspired the very first video? Because as I understand it, it was during COVID where your reel videos just took off.
Yeah, I seem to have struck a chord. I think people wanted to swear and hang out and cook stuff. I just saw that the big dunny roll panic buy thing going on, and when people were doing that, they're also like buying heaps of frozen food and pre-made stuff, and I was like, well, we've got a bit of time on our hands, champions. Why don't we just make that shit instead? Seeing as everyone's bought it all,
It's what I always thought when watching Nigella Lawson and her cooking shows. Not enough F-bombs. And you've finally corrected that market.
Yeah, that was my aim, to just fill it full of swearing.
Now, Nat, as I understand it, can you confirm that when you go on tour, your thing is you got to have a palmy at every venue or pub that you go to? Is that correct?
Oh, I was doing that last tour and I put a couple of kilos on, but yeah, it was a true story.
Okay, so I tried to get a public holiday for this last year, Palmy Day, which I think should be a national holiday in Australia. What makes the perfect palmy for you when you're out and about?
Well, it can be a bit of a sore point, as I've learned across Australia. I have a song about Parmigiana. And if you call it a palmy or a palmer or there's a bit on. I'm a ham person. Mm-hmm. Some people don't like the ham. I like the panko crumb on the schnitzel, and I like a tomato sauce that there's heaps of. Yeah, heaps of all the shit, I reckon. Just heaps of everything.
Should be on the menu. Heaps of all this shit.
Yeah.
Apart from the name itself, Nat, the divisive part of palmies can come down to whether you put the palmy on top of the chips or to the side. Where do you stand on the big issue vexing our nation?
Well, it is a big issue, isn't it? Like, if you have a look at the size of some palmies, I don't know if they make plates that big, Like, it's going to have to go on top of the chips. I'm not loving it, but, it's got to happen. Like, where's the plate that fits as a tray?
It's a real estate question more so than a style one. But, yeah, man.
I think it is, yeah.
The chips are soggy. Like, I don't mind it, but at what point is it a mashed potato?
That's very true.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to say.
Anthony Albanese, your silence on this is deafening.
Hey, Nat, tell us about your show. Yeah, righto. It's happening at the Dal on Friday night. What can people expect?
Mm-hmm. Heaps of swearing. I was just hanging out, I had to name the show Yeah, Righto before I'd written it, so now I've got to kind of pick up the slack on that name. So there's lots of Yeah, Righto moments going on. We talk about cooking and hanging out and play some tunes. It's a good laugh. That's the point of the comedy game. So, yeah, it's been going really well. These are my last two shows of the tour up there, so we're going to let it riff, have a good time.
Go out with a bang. I see life, love, and hemorrhoids is part of what you'll be bringing to the stage. Without giving too much away, mate, how is hemorrhoids going to fit in between the swearing?
Oh, what a sentence. But they fit in. Well, there you go. That's pretty much the show for you. Yeah, somehow I end up talking about my hemorrhoids that my history of it.
If that's not enough to get you to
And
the
we'll-
Dalrymple Hotel on Friday
Well,
night, I don't know what is.
I don't want to ruin anything,
Oh,
Nat, but will
okay.
people get a chance to have a look at them?
Oh no, I don't think so.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
If they play that, maybe if they buy you a palmy
Yeah.
beforehand.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you a chance at trying to spell it. You'll be wrong. I'm wrong every time.
Well, we can't wait to have you right here in our backyard at the Dalrymple this
Yeah,
Friday
thanks.
night. Make sure you get tickets online at OzTix. Nats, what I reckon, do yourself a favour, watch his videos before you come along to the show too. Thanks for your time this morning.
Oh, thanks so much, guys.